Amsterdam was strong, and unfortunately I didn't make any high, so I was pretty upset, and I just want to go back to training and then get the opportunity to have a good competition and show that I'm supposed to jump higher than it, and that was really a good thing for me to be able to jump in totally Leron and make a normal competition and jump 96. So I was really happy and make me confident to be able to jump in London against a strong opponent, and I hope that we'll be able to make something like last year and maybe better. So sport world is every time difficult, and I know it's a good step before going to Rio, because I know that I have to pay attention about everything, every kind of situation, and try to do my best in every case.
Last year was because you were scheduled to vault on a Friday night. It was torrential weather. We put you up to speak to the crowd to explain what would happen, but it worked out pretty well on the Saturday, didn't it? You were the first event on, you had the whole attention, and you had a great competition. Yeah, the thing is, so we checked the weather from 2 days before, and we saw that on Friday it would be raining. So we make the warm-up, and after the warm-up starts raining a lot, and we take the decision to put the competition on Saturday. And so we were the first guys in the stadium, and were in the stand and nobody. And at the final, so I think competition during 1 hour and a half, and I remember that I jumped 6:03, and all the stadium was just looking at me because nothing was happening instead of pole vault, and it was something very special because of course the stadium is really amazing, really beautiful, and when you have more than 40,000 people just for you, it's it's unreal. So I enjoy a lot, and I know that tomorrow will be different because I will not be the only one like last year, but anyway, it's every time something special in this stadium. I'm one of the stadium announcers, so we always try and get the crowds going, as we did in 2012 when we do at the anniversary games. But somebody said to me that you actually sometimes prefer it completely quiet. Is that true? Not yet, not really. For the competition, I like that people get crazy when you jump and make the big noise and help us to just to know that I'm not in a regular place. So that's why I love to come to London, because every time for the Olympics and for the meeting after, it was every time something very crazy. Now, introducing the guy on your left, I want you to explain, because he doesn't have it, Greg Rutherford has it, you have a pole vault in your back garden. Christian might be interested in investing in a triple jump pit in his back garden at some point. What are the pluses and minuses of having a facility right outside your back door? Well, the thing is, the facility I have in my garden is like a fake facility, because the runway is downhill, so it's just for fun, not for training. But it's like for a Sunday, people can play basketball, football, and for myself is doing pole vault. So in your back garden. Exactly, that's a good thing. It's pole vault, swimming pool. When it's sunny, it's a really good day like that. Christian, has that sold you on installing a runway in your back garden?
Well, actually, I think I need to have a home first. So, between my coach and I, we move a lot. So maybe when I find a place to live, then I can invest in something like that.
And London Stadium has very happy memories for you.
Absolutely, yeah. It's the anniversary games, but for me, it's like I have a special relationship. It's my first Olympic medal, my first Olympics, and I was able, I have to thank Spencer a lot, because he gave me the opportunity to come here and do long jump. That kind of took a lot of the nerves out for myself last year, and now I can come and triple jump. So I get to really relive that moment in front of a wonderful crowd, and so I think it's going to be a surreal moment for sure.
I had the extraordinarily hard experience of going through the American trial process for the Olympic Games, where they replicate the whole program. You came through it fine. Kendra, unfortunately, had a less happy experience. Does that consume you in the midpoint of the season, just getting on the team?
Yeah, absolutely. This was actually my first trial since 2012. I think it's something I may even underestimated, thanks to the Diamond League. I've had to buy it year in, year out. So for World Championships, that was always the focus at the end of the year. This year, there was something on the line, and so I think the nerves maybe got a little bit of the best of me. It's a little bit out of my element, and it sounds weird because going to World Championships, I've had great performances time after time, but yeah, you have nothing to lose there. Once you're there, you just go for it. But at the trials, I've been working on a documentary, and it was Road to Rio, and yeah, there was a chance that maybe I didn't make it to Rio.
Yeah, to go on the road.
Yeah, exactly. So, little things like that were all playing in my head, but yeah, God was good, and I was able to make the team, and so now I get to be back in my element and yeah, just have some fun.
And we've seen in your event, as we did in the high jump a couple of years ago, an intense rivalry, but they just seem to have fallen away a little bit. You're pretty much head and shoulders clear of the field tomorrow. Is that just the nature of the event, the injuries that people pick up in triple jump?
I'd like to say maybe I've broken them down, but yeah, in the real perspective, triple jump is tough. It's very tough on the body. It's not easy, and so this is why I'm so grateful for the people I surround myself with the medical, with my coach. Renaud's done a phenomenal job keeping me healthy and having me, being able to compete at such a high level time after time, but also just to be able to be at the championships. Sometimes it's not the most talented person, sometimes it's not the best person that wins, but you have to be there, you have to be healthy, and so I am very grateful for that. But now I'm very focused on tomorrow. I really want to put a staple and a statement of what I'm going after in Rio. And so I do look at the field, and this is where the triple jump is right now. But for me, I can only focus on the task at hand.
And final question for you, because you're in Britain and it's an Olympic year, Jonathan Edwards is still the world triple jump record holder. It's 21 years now. What's your feeling of that as you approach the peak of your season?
Yeah, well, I always say that I enjoy being on a show, and this is why I always leave it to the sixth jump. For me last year, yeah, I would have liked to taken it, but maybe for him now, his heart is pumping a little bit. He sees what's there. He sees the potential, and so 21 years. Obviously, the 20-year anniversary would have been a nice staple. Yeah, but it was also London 2017, so I'm not saying that I'm going to wait, another year. If it happens, it happens, but I'm going after it every single time.
Well, in a way, we wish you luck.
Thank you.
Let's turn to Dafne. And any in Amsterdam failed to notice that directly as you came out of the stadium, there was a whole apartment block with your poster on it. Giant size. Did that inspire you? Did it intimidate you? Did it apply more pressure than you were expecting?
No, I like it because it's our own country, and it's very special to be there and to see yourself. Big screens is very special.
And are you exactly where you'd like to be with the days to count down now to Rio?
Sorry?
Is your condition and your fitness and your racing form exactly where you'd like it to be?
Yeah, this is my last competition before the Olympics, and my body feels very good, and I'm good in training now, and my conditions are good, and I'm ready for Rio, I think.
And the other feature that was noticeable, we take relays very seriously in Britain, but the Dutch women in the 4x1 were absolutely flying in Amsterdam. Do you have medal aspirations there?
I think when we do the same as in Amsterdam, then we can go for the battles. But yeah, I think there are maybe 3-4 countries for the bronze medal, and I think we are one of them.
And even if you get rested for the rounds of the relay, you're competing pretty much every day of the games, which is the sort of Usain Bolt schedule. Has your multi-event background helped you with coping with day after day competition?
I think so. I think that my mind is more relaxed because in the hapton you're very tired, and you know when you're tired in your head and you can run fast. And I think it's the same in the sprints. When you do 6 rounds, then yeah, you're a little bit tired, because that's normal, and I can stay relaxed now.
Now you're doing the 200 metres at the Muller Anniversary Games. What would constitute a great sign-off for you in your final race before you go?
I hope to set a very good time and a nice race, and yeah, I hope to win this competition.
Let's turn to Kendra, and sorry to raise it straight away, but you second fastest woman in history, but those American trials, absolutely brutal, no ifs, no buts, first 3 across the line, probably harder than an Olympic final. What are your feelings a couple of weeks on?
Yeah, that was really an unfortunate event. To have such a great season going into the trials, I felt pretty confident. But my mind wasn't like it usually was. I was just trying to tell myself to just make the team instead of going out there and, trying to get to win it. So, I'm pretty sure the girls that made the team are going to represent Team USA as the best they can. And the rest of my season, I'm going to go up this world record and win the Diamond League.
Is that? I mean, that's your motivation now. World record and Diamond League as the only possible compensation for not being in Rio.
Yeah, of course. I think that helps me train hard and get the overall Diamond League points and try to get that world record. So.
And you're at the University of Kentucky. You've had a great NCAA record. You've transitioned to a professional athlete very successfully. What not everybody knows is that you've got outstanding times at 400-metre hurdles, but at international championships, the timetable doesn't really lend itself to that particular double. What are your thoughts on that longer term, sprint hurdles and 400 hurdles?
Well, I think this year I wanted to really concentrate just on one event. College, I had to be a team player and do both. But, next year, I'm looking forward to the 400 hurdles. It's not set in stone, but I'm not giving up that event. And, if I get the overall Diamond League points in the 100 hurdles, then I have a chance to go for the 400 hurdles. So I'm definitely going to think about it.
Can you think of anybody in the history of the sport that's done both of those two events well? I mean, we think of our own Sally Gunnell, who was a good sprint hurdler before becoming Olympic champion at 400 hurdles, but she didn't really mix the two at any one games. Can you think of anybody that's ever pulled that one off?
No, the only person, Queen Harrison in college, but that's about it.
Good luck with it. Okay, we've got about 10-15 minutes for questions from you, but there will be the opportunities to do one-to-ones following that. So we'll start over this side and work our way around.
Hi, Rob Harrison, Associated Press. Could I just ask each of your reactions to the upholding of the ban on the Russian Olympic practice today by CAS? And do you think it's the right thing to impose these blanket bans that maybe punish the innocents, and do you also think the entire Russian team should be banned in the Olympics? Maybe get each of your reactions.
Let's go first on that little nonsense. Christian, yeah, go on.
Yeah, my reaction is, I'm here in London, and my main focus is to compete tomorrow. So I've always said that I'm a supporter of the anti-doping committee. Whatever their choice is, I'm a supporter of the president, but my focus is to compete tomorrow.
There was a gesture there for those of you that haven't got visual. Ladies down here.
Basically, I agree with Christian. We're here to compete clean, and main focus is to go out there and compete hard tomorrow.
And I think I can say the same, but I think it's good to work on a clean sport, and I think that organizations work very hard to do that, and that's all I can say, I think.
A lot of people will look at the response from 3 out of 4 of you and think, well, maybe this sums up the attitude of some in sport. You don't think it's your responsibility to speak out, particularly, yours, Renaud, a bit of a blasé response. Do you not feel you have a duty of athletes to speak out and to decry doping more strongly?
Well, the thing is, anti-doping is a very hard situation, and the thing is, actually just focus about Russian and athletics, but it's in every sport, in every country. So, maybe they have to take a bigger decision, except of just ban maybe some clean athletes from Russia, but it's a hard decision, and for ourselves, we are just focused about doing our sports. We have to deal with those rules because every month we get doping control, and we have a big responsibility for us to show the world that we are clean and we can make some very big performance without drugs. But the thing is, many things are stronger than us, and we can't deal with that. So that's the thing, and we are still focused on Rio and do something good for our sport because we need it.
Yep.
My question is for Kendra. We know how the American trials is brutal. First 3 past the post. But from a selfish point of view, do you wish it was like the British system where it's first two and the third position is discretionary? Do you wish, just on this one occasion, it was like that?
Sorry, could you repeat it?
Do you wish that the American system, just on this occasion, for your sake, and from a selfish point of view, was like the British qualification, which is first two and the third position is discretionary?
Yeah, you know that I would have loved that, but you know, the Americans, you know, it's top three come across the line, so yeah.
Not much you can do about a system, is there? Yes, at the front.
Question for Christian and Kendra. Can you tell me about the American trials? You've been through it in 2012, and you know it takes a lot of energy, but you still won the Olympics right after that. How much energy did it take to you this season, and how will you approach the Olympics after that? And for you, Kendra, will it serve you for the next trials in 4 years?
Well, in 2012, I didn't make it to the finals. So, you know, I just take it as I got 6 at this one. So it's definitely, I think it was a process. You know, you got to be able to compete under pressure, and I did not do that. I did not go out there and compete the way that I've been doing all year. So I think in 4 years, I'm going to be in the position to go out there and get the job done.
In 2012, I was quite young and really had nothing to lose, you know. 2011, I stole and I wasn't really an underdog. I wasn't really even a factor, you know. I was coming off of the NCAA system and just enjoying the sport, enjoying, you know, just being young and having fun. So it really did take much out of me going into 2012 because I had nothing to lose. In 2016, now I have a target, you know, on my back. I'm the reigning champ, and obviously that comes with added pressure. And so I think I let it get to me a little bit. But you know, they've said time and time that the U.S. team is the hardest team to make. You know, for me, energy-wise, it's more just relief. You know, now I feel like I can be myself. Now I feel like I can get back to that fun mentality and just do what I love. You know, I play in the sand. That's my job. And so, you know, I try not to ever forget that. And that's why I smile, and that's why I'm constantly thanking everyone that's allowing me to live my dream.
Yes, go up to either of you. You two today. This is a question for the gentlemen. So most of you will be going for your second gold in Rio. Usain Bolt spoke just before you, and he's going for his third. What do you think of him as a fellow gold medalist?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for us to be able to defend our title and to win it again. But the thing is, for sure for Port, and as I follow Triple and also that the field is really hard, and the other competitor wants the same as us, so pretty sure it will be a strong battle. And I think that what he's doing Yushin is just amazing, because be able to defend this title every time and won it, and it's a true inspiration. And I mean, we have to, you know, try to make as him, but he puts the bar very, very high, and it's just amazing. And if we together want to make the same, we have to wait until Tokyo in 2020. So it's in a long time. So actually, we just focus on Rio and we see what's happened after that.
Yes, the lady in front of the last question.
I've got a request for Dafne Schippers. How has your life in the last year changed? Can you give me an idea of how different it is to walk the streets of the Netherlands?
Yeah, it's totally different. It's a new world for me. When I walk on the street, people know me, people will have a photo or something. But it's sort of fun. It's normal for me now, and because, yeah, it's okay now. And it was difficult after the world because it was new, and now it's normal and I can handle that.
And can you combine the extra demands from sponsors and media, etc., with obviously having to do all this training? I mean, how hard is that to implement all those people?
I have a very good management team now around me, and they will help me. And they say a lot of no's to everybody, and yeah, sometimes I do things, and sometimes I need my own time, and we can handle that with the team.
I'm told there won't.
We know that the track you're racing on tomorrow is one of the quickest in the world. Guys that have run on it before, can you just say how quick it is? And Christian and Kendra, will you be going for a world record possibly tomorrow?
Shoot, I'm excited to answer that one. Yeah, I think Beijing was the only track that felt faster than here. I'm always talking about energy. I'm always talking about the crowd and how much that fuels me. When we get the clap, when we get the support behind us, it's almost like it feels almost like an extra boost, And so, fingers crossed. You know how English weather is, but if you can just stay dry, I don't say anything about warm or anything. I understand English summer. If we can just stay dry, I think it's possible. I speak every time I touch a track. That's my mindset. I'm going for the world record. Why not do it on Mr. Edwards' soil? But I've got the stadium record here, and I'm going to break it. And so, that's my mindset.
Should just point out that while there are people keeling over on the underground, Kendra put a jacket on for her photo shoot, so presumably conditions need to be pretty good for you to go fast tomorrow today. Forecast is 25 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit.
All year there's been a couple meets that have been really cold. So, when I get on the line, my number one goal is just to come across the line first. Now that my mindset has changed since I did not make the Olympic team, every time I get on the line, I know I still have a chance to break the world record. I still have a chance to continue to make my season even better than what it already has. The pressure of already having the American record and being so close to the world record is only going to push me to go for the world. And I'm excited for tomorrow. And since this track is really fast, I'm ready.
And you did actually run 12.66 in an absolute monsoon at one of the earlier Diamond Leagues, didn't you? So you're not a fair weather hurdler.
Yeah, it was in Stockholm. It was really cold and damp, and I just ran as hard as I could and come across that line and get into some shelter.
For those of you who don't know, the track is newly relayed for this meeting, so this will be the first evidence of how quick it is compared to the 2012 track. At the back there with the camera.
Yeah, just a question for Dafne. Are you disappointed to see that Alison Felix is not qualified for 200 metres? Or are you hoping to face off against the best in Rio?
Yes and no. It's always fun to have a competition with her. I like that. It's always nice for me. But I think on this moment she's not top 3 in the world, in the trials, and that's the rule in the American Championships. And yeah, I will compete with her always. That's no problem for me. And yeah, what can I say about that?
I think we've got time for 3 or 4 more questions. That might end up.
Guys, another question for Dafne. Could you just talk about your rivalry, if it is one, with the UK's Dina Asher-Smith? Do you see her as one of your biggest rivals both this weekend and in Rio? And do you have any relationship, friendship with her off the track?
I know Dina a lot of years, more years than I thought. She's a very good sprinter. She's very young and she's very talented, and I like it always to compete with her. And yeah, she's a nice girl. What can I say? Yeah, she's talented. Yeah.
On the end.
Yeah, this meet is really important for me. To be undefeated going into trials and to lose twice. I definitely went back to training really hard, and I'm definitely going to go out there and give everyone a show and show them why I have the American record. In that race at Prefontaine, my beginning was really well, but there's still a lot of things that I could fix at the end. Going that fast and having the hurdles come up to you, you got to be able to react better, and that's one thing that I got to learn how to do. So,
Let's see if we can fit in, starting with Spurs and then coming to you.
Christian, I know how much you want to retain the Olympic title and break the Liverpool. If you could only have one, which one would it be and why?
Yeah, if I could have one, I would like to break the world record at the Olympic Games. That's the way I'd like to go out.
Daphne, talk about the transition that you've made from heptathlon to now sprinting and the compliments for your excellent performances in Beijing. Do you want to think 2 goals were achievable? One of the two?
I didn't understand.
Talk about the transition that you've made over the last year or so, 2 years, from heptathlon to solely sprinting. Clearly, what confidence have you got going into that? You can do the 1 and 2, basically. The memories of Beijing obviously give you that confidence.
Yeah, it was a decision, but last year I did it in Beijing to do the 1-2 in the proper one. So I know I can do all the competition, all the races. I know that my body can do that. And it's a total different world. Sprint and athlon is very different. And it's also a new goal in 2012. I'm here as an athlete. And I was very young and it was very special to be here. And now I'm going to the Olympics with other goals.
Did Asher Smith carry your kit in 2012? She was carrying for athletics, wasn't she? She might have done, you might not have known. Who's to say? Okay, put your hands up now if you still have a question, and we're going to give all of them. So it's just...
To rebound quickly, Daphne, from
Okay.
the combined event. What do you take from the combined event to the sprint, to the 200 and the 100? Is there something that makes you feel better or stronger on the sprint from the combined event?
Yeah, what I say before, my head is very strong, I think, because in the athlon you are always tired after one day, your body's tired and your mind's tired. And that's very good to know when you have all the races, then you are tired. You know that, because yeah, that's normal. And I learned from the heptathlon to stay relaxed in that moment. I think, okay, I can run very fast and I don't need to be very, very, very good in my mind. That's nice to know, and I think all the trainings in the last years for the heptathlon is very good for my sprints. My body is totally trained.
Is Lady Green.
Okay, Olive McNaughton from Jamaica. Okay. All the three athletes that can try and achieve the world record, but the 100 and 200 meters world records seem to be almost unachievable. Is that a daunting task, or is it something that you also would want to achieve, trying to break the world record in the 100 and 200 meters? And is it possible, or do you think it's achievable? And women don't get that same glamour glory, because Usain can break the world record in the 1 and the 2, but women can't seem to break the record, and I think they don't get as much recognition because those records seem to be so out of the way. Do you think it's out of the way, or it can be achieved?
I think it's difficult, but I think everything is possible to do. Also the 100 and 200 meters, when there's a big talent, I think you can do that and you can go for the world records. But I don't think about world records. It's the same as other people. Every competition you try to set your best race and set your best time. And which time it is, yeah, that's different. But I think it's possible to do that.
Kendra, did you want to say anything about that? Nope. Okay, if you've got your hand up now, these are the last 2 questions over here. Okay, the guy at the back first.
Just one for Daphne. When you decided to switch from heptathlons to sprinting, did you ever see yourself reaching the level that you have done? And is there a part of you that maybe will revisit heptathlon in the future?
I don't think that I'm back to the heptathlon. It was very nice for the years, but I think it's I'm in a new life now, and it's very special to be a sprinter and can go for the medals. And yeah, heptathlon was very cool, but it's good now.
Is training easier as a sprinter than it was for multi-events? Is training easier as a sprinter than it was for multi-events?
I think it's easier for your mind, for my mind, because all the different events is very difficult, because you know that you cannot train that much for every event. So every event you can train for 70-80%, and now in the sprint you can have your mind for 100% for one event. That's easy.
Go on then, go on.
Christian, can you tell us about the field on the triple jump? You know, Teddy Tango is injured and won't be at the Olympics. Bichardo, we still don't know, but probably not. And Will Clay's back now.
Yeah, absolutely. As you guys, I'm also looking for a rivalry. You know, I know this is what it takes for big performances. You know, big competition brings out big results. For myself personally, you know, I love to be able to have the opportunity to even talk about the world record. You know, to even 10 years ago, I would have never dreamed of even being in this conversation. You know, and so I believe that I can't do it alone. You know, and so to see Will Clay come back, it's very exciting for me because obviously I've seen the roller coaster. You know, from being on top in 2011, 2012 to having the injuries and him moving a lot himself, but to see him come back healthy is very exciting for me. You know, and obviously any opportunity that I can shout out, you know, the University of Florida, I will. And so you know, for two Gators to go out there and have an opportunity to get on the podium, but maybe create history. You know, sometimes I speak about challenging my competitors when I'm out on the field, and I just say, you know, let's give them a show. You know, people pay good money to see performance. We're performers, and you know, I know personally, if no one is jumping, I get very bored. You know, and so it's unfortunate that Teddy went out the way he did, and it's phenomenal to see that he still jumped the distances without even jumping. I think that's quite amazing. Ricardo, yeah, if he's at the Olympics, he can open up his season at 18 meters. You know, so this is the mindset I still have. This guy is crazy. But you know, all I can focus on is what myself and Renaud are doing, and taking care of tomorrow.
We are deep into Fergie time here, but I'm conscious you've got no other opportunities to ask questions of these great athletes. So one there, and then we're coming to foot of the table Spurs for our final question.
For Lavillenie, it's in the Brazilian press. In athletics in Brazil, our main hopes of medals are in pole vault. As a star of pole vault, can you tell a little about the Brazilian pole vaulters and how the pole vault has increased in Brazil for the last 10 years?
Well, I know pretty well the Brazilian pole vault because it's a good friend from Harrison, Fabiana's coach. And so first I'm happy to see that Fabiana is able to compete for the medal with her last performance. And about the men, they're going to be, you know, really interesting. But the thing is, actually, the best Brazilian guy never make a big result in major championship. So I think that it's going to be a very big deal for him and for Thiago and also for Augusto, because first of all the deal is to make the final, and after that we know that in final everything can happen. So you have to pay attention to everyone, and you know, if you are in a good day, you can, you know, jump 590 maybe more and take the gold or take a medal. So I will take care of them, and you know, being in the home soil is of course something special. So yeah, I think that first of all, you know, pay attention on the qualification, if everyone is for the final or not, and then we'll see. It's a, you know, intense competition, and it's going to be interesting. So I hope that if Brazilian is happy with the silver medal, that would be good for me.
So, the only glory that's going White Hart Lane's way this season is the glory of the last question. Make it a good one. Here we go.
I wanted to talk on the depth of talent in around sprinting hurdles at the moment, especially from an American perspective. Has it ever been as intense as it is now?
I would have to say no. You know, there's so many new faces on Team USA, you know, all around the board, all the events. It's really exciting to see how the sport is evolving for Team USA. and you know, it's going to be really exciting to watch everybody, and you know, really set history. And you know, since a lot of the U.S. day members are young, you know, you're going to see their faces a lot, and it's going to be really exciting.
Thank you. That concludes this press conference. Our best wishes to Kendra, to Dafne, to Christian and to Renaud. We'll either see you tomorrow morning for the Mo Farah press conference or in the stadium tomorrow evening for day one of the Muller anniversary games. Thank you very much.